Billy back here with Broship of the Nerds, and today I sat down and watched 1985 film The Goonies. Now, I had never seen this film, and I will have to get a new copy. Mine was brand new, but at 56 minutes into the film, the movie froze randomly, and it wouldn't let me fast forward or rewind, so I had to go out to the menu, skip to the scene after where it froze, rewind it, and it still kind of stuttered along. So, yeah, I bought a new copy for just a couple of bucks, so it's not like I spent a lot, but I'll get another copy of it. Um, Spielberg, of course, really great director. I really like him. And going into this film, I just knew that Sean Astin and Josh Brolin were in this. I didn't really know much about the movie itself. I figured it'd be some sort of adventure film, and in the film, um, you have a group of friends, and Bran, the older brother, and Mikey, the younger brother. It's going to be their last hurrah because the house is going to be torn down and foreclosed on because they just don't have the money. Well, these kids, a group of them, are in the attic and they find a map to One Eye Willie. And of course, they don't really believe this whole thing, some of them. But the heart of the story, once again, is Sean Astin, which he was also the heart of the story as Samwise in Lord of the Rings. He does a good job playing that character. He just believes and doesn't give up. So the Goonies, these group of friends, decide to go hunt the treasure. And yeah, it's a very heartfelt, great movie. I really enjoyed it. There was a group of thugs after them as well. The two boys and the mom, or Ma, they call her Frances, and then also Sloth, who he was really interesting too. This movie wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't really know what to expect. I figured it would be some sort of adventure, but I really liked the way it went. You know, they're going after this treasure, and they have people chasing after them with guns and everything, and they're going for the One-Eyed Willie's treasure and everything, and they encounter booby traps, and they call them booty traps. He goes, "Yeah, that's what I said, booby traps," and it's really, really fun. It's one of those films you could throw on anytime. You know, you could watch it anytime you're in the mood for an adventure film. And it is rated. Let's see here. I'm gonna guess it's probably rated PG. Yeah, it's PG. It's a little bit under 2 hours. And yeah, it's worth the watch. I highly recommend this movie, The Goonies. And honestly, the 80s, I've, as a kid, I grew up with like The Crow, so the 90s and stuff, and I watched a lot of wrestling, so I didn't watch a lot of film when I was younger. It was a lot of TV shows, and I remember watching Princess Bride and The Patriot. The most frequently I watched movies was when I stayed with my grandma, and that was me renting old wrestling VHSs like Royal Rumble and WrestleMania from the 90s. And I rented those all the time. Royal Rumble was always my favorite, so I would rent different years, but 90 and 91 for some reason I rented a lot, the old school stuff. And that got me into wrestling a lot. Just I was already into it. But so I missed out on a lot of films. I did buy The Goonies and I bought the Back to the Future trilogy, which I've never watched, so that one will be coming on this channel as well. There's a lot of films if you actually look. All those movies are movies I have to rewatch or watch for the first time and decide if I want to keep them. I hit a point in my movie collecting to where I've got two shelves full. I mean, obviously, I'm going to double row them so I could fit more. And then I've got a third shelf I've started on. But then all of these piles are films I have to rewatch or watch for the first time and decide if I want to keep them or not. So when I tell people I don't have time to watch a lot of more films they're recommending, it's because I'm trying to catch up on my physical collection. And while it can be overwhelming, the hobby's fun. I just got to the point where it's like it's time for me to decide which of these movies I'm going to keep and which of these are going to go. So far I've only gotten rid of a few, either a doubles or like High School Musical. That one, the disc did not work. It wouldn't even let me get through the previews because it kept freezing, and finally I just got rid of it because I only paid like $1 or $2 for it at an antique shop, and the disc did not work. So, same thing with Goonies. This was brand new, but it skipped at one point, so I'm going to buy a new copy because it is one I enjoy and it does deserve a spot in the collection. I'm at that point to where I'm watching movies and deciding, does this earn a spot in the collection? And some of these titles you're looking at, like Kong Skull Island, I'm for sure going to be keeping that. I'm just going to go through all of those films, the Godzilla, uh, Kong movies there within that universe. This iteration of it, at least. We got The Departed there, which I've never seen. The Proposal, a Zorro movie. Yeah, so I have a lot of films to watch there. That's kind of where I'm at now. I'm at that point where I still love movie collecting, but I had to slow down. I've only been buying films I've already seen. So, like a lot of these movies that I've been going to see in theaters, it's 3 months, 4 months or so after you see it in theaters when it's done that they actually get a physical release. So, I've been trying to only buy stuff I've already seen. That way I'm not adding to my to be watched pile. And then every now and then I'll go through the piles again and I'll go, oh yeah, I'm automatically keeping this just to speed up the process a little bit. Right now I'm at like 340 something films that I'm for sure keeping. And I've just added The Craft, Batman the Killing Joke, The Twilight Forever Blu-ray set, The Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2 I've kept, Freakier Friday and Freaky Friday and John Carpenter's Thing, and I'm just slowly going through them and adding. And so far, this project has taken me not terribly long, honestly, because I went through and I said, okay, what are the automatic keeps? And I put those onto the shelves, like The Hunger Games, The Amateur, which I just saw in theaters when it came out, Wild Robot, a lot of the stuff that I've seen within the last year or two, I decided to keep. Mallrats, Logan, John Wick films. So a lot of films I've already automatically kept. But right now my goal is, I'm not putting a time frame on it. It's more of just on my days off, if I'm home, I try to watch at least one film per day off. That way I can speed through this and then take a break for a little bit. And then once I've had some time to take a break, I will be adding more titles to the collection. I just had to slow down, go through, decide, okay, do the movies work? If not, get rid of those copies and get new ones if I really enjoy the film. And then 2, is it a film I want to rewatch or show friends? And so far, like the Harry Potter series, I'm for sure keeping. Instant Family was cute. The Harold and Kumar movies. And some of these films, not everyone's going to enjoy, but they're films I like Spaceballs and Slam and Salmon and Miss March, the Minecraft movie, and The Mist. Just different ones. And I do plan on showing you guys my whole movie collection at some point. Preferably, I'll have another friend actually film so I can just talk through it. And I'll try not to talk terribly long about each title. I'll just tell you maybe what I think of it or why it's in the collection. But yeah, my plan is to get through all these movies at some point and then decide what's staying, what's going. And there's a few doubles where I've upgraded and I've given them to my dad or to other friends. But I don't plan on going to movie stores anytime soon just because I want to get caught up on what I currently own. So, and the same thing with books. I'll watch a movie, read a chapter, and eventually it's like I'm making a little bit of progress on my movie and book collection. But that's where I'm at now, guys. So the Goonies, I think it's one of those, I can see why it did well. It made over 100 million on a smaller budget. I think they spent like 35 million and it made like 100 and something million. But yeah, it's one of those essential 80s films. Now, do I like it as much as Lost Boys? No, but it's still up there. It's still one of those great 80s films. I need to get a hold of E.T. because I have not watched since I was a kid. And there's just a lot of these good films that are easy to miss out on. Because if you're just watching like horror or, a certain genre, you're going to miss a lot of great stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to get the 80s stuff because they had some of the best films. And there's still some modern films that are great too. But yeah, I like having films from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. And I have other friends that have way older films than I do. I think my oldest film is The Wizard of Oz. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Goonies. What did you think of the film? Who's your favorite character? I really like Data a lot. I really like how smart he is and his inventions and stuff. But Data's probably my favorite. What about you? Let me know in the comments.